Hey there, athletes. Coach John Ferry here from Team Wolpers. Very excited to welcome you to our Week 4 athlete briefing for the La Jolla Half Marathon run program. To start with a little Week 3 reviews. We had started the week with that hill repeat session, a bit of a step up from Week 2 there, continuing to try to build power in the legs, build efficiency in your stride, and proficiency for the hill climbing sections on this race course. Our key run number 2 this week was that little light tempo workout. So in starting to incorporate race pace intervals, hopefully even already starting to find a little bit of familiarity with what that pace kind of feels like and coming in and out of it. A workout that will absolutely set the stage for some of the weeks to follow. Finishing the week off with our long run, range 6 to 8 miles, nice and easy start to finish. Little reminder to keep going into the website and checking those boxes saying that I did the workout. For your best chance of success, simply tracking and chasing that 100% completion percentage will put you in the best possible chance to be successful. Consistency is king here, so keep checking that box. Now to our Week 4 workout. So we're going to start the week with an endurance run plus stride. So I know this is something we've done before in the challenge, but just a reminder, there's a little bit of a break from the incline work. So if you haven't liked that very much, then you're welcome. And if you love the hills, then I'm sorry, but here we are again, a little bit of a break from the incline work. But the thing to remember here is that this is an endurance pace, aka easy pace workout for the most part. So we want easy pace, we want to focus on endurance, and we're just using those strides to sort of open up your stride length a little bit, kind of work on getting the gait opened, a little bit better turnover, etc. So it's just kind of a drill to add an itty bit of intensity there, but overall an endurance workout. Key run number 2, half marathon pace interval run. Things changed here a little bit, obviously. So half marathon pace, for most runners, probably lands around like a high zone 3. For a select few runners, might even be kind of like a low zone 4. But for most of us, it's going to be kind of a zone 3 workout, if you will. So the characteristics that go with that style of workout tend to be lengthy periods of work with relatively short recovery intervals. So in this current week, we actually kind of have like a pretty short work interval with a pretty ample recovery. We're working with a 1-to-1 work to recovery ratio right there. In this upcoming week, here in Week 4, we're going to certainly extend out quite significantly based on going to jump from Week 3, the work section, but we're also going to leave still a pretty generous recovery section here in this workout. However, as we progress, the work periods are going to get longer, the recovery periods are going to get shorter. So that is kind of the transition we want to make as we start to get more and more efficient in that zone 3 kind of tempo pace there. Just know that that's coming up down the road. Long run this week, it actually stays at the 6 to 8 mile window. And so we're intentionally kind of holding the length of this long run up a little bit this week. And there are a couple of reasons here. The first is that we kind of tend to work in periods of loading and unloading. What I mean by that is that we'll spend a couple weeks kind of escalating volume and training stress, and then we'll take a period where we actually back it down, kind of reduce volume, reduce the training stress of the week, and have kind of a step back. So we're coming into Week 4, so we've been putting in good weeks of work, and so this might naturally fall a time where we consider that. However, the workouts that we have done up to this point I would consider fairly foundational, not in a way that they're not quality workouts or not valuable, but they're things that have a training stress that shouldn't hopefully be pushing you over and outside of your comfort zone quite yet. A lot of neuromuscular power stuff, a lot of things with great benefit, but that's the reason we're not going to take a full unload quite yet in the training cycle, but instead just a little bit of a hold here on the volume. So important to remember in this opportunity, or in this moment, that there is that mileage range there to choose from as well. So 6 to 8 miles. So if you have really been working hard and you've been pushing volume from where you've been in the past, then staying at the low end of that range is absolutely appropriate. That range is not set for beginners versus advanced runners. Sometimes advanced runners need less, and sometimes beginners feel great and have more. So if you're feeling great and you're out and want to run to the long end of that range, absolutely do so. If it's just not your day and you want to use the short end of that range, absolutely do that. That's okay. This is a week and an opportunity to try to meet yourself where you are. What is important to know is that for the 2 weeks to follow this one, we are going to be escalating both training intensity in terms of training stress, training volume in terms of total mileage and long run mileage. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your duration of this weekend, that there are 2 more significant build weeks to follow after this before we will ultimately take a full kind of pullback there. The other is, this is a great opportunity for athletes that maybe didn't either fire off the starting line, if you will, to use a running analogy here, or kind of joining our program a little bit late. An opportunity to try to catch up, kind of settle in, and then join the rest of the group as we advance into what will ultimately really be our main training block here over the next 8 weeks or so. Well, otherwise, that'll be all for this week. Have an amazing end to week 3, an incredible week 4, and I can't wait to see you back here soon. Have a great one.